There's a saying that leaders are born. How much truth is in that? And if there's no truth in that, and people can actually grow to become leaders, what's the very first step for people who wants to become leaders to learn to be a leader?
I think it is. I think, for some reason, I don't want to get too deep and spiritual, but I think God gives you tools and it's up to you to deploy them. It's up to you to overcome outside influences because they're all around you. It's up to you to stay humble, be kind to others. It's up to you to have a servant mentality. One of the things I learned a long time ago when I met Lamar Hunt is the reason there's an NFL the way it is today. You know that they have trophies named after him, championships. But when I met Lamar Hunt, I was talking to him about doing a volunteer program and helping raise some awareness and monies for a youth soccer league. And when I met him, here's one of the most influential guys in the world. Said the AFL and the NFL should play together, or the NFC and AFC. We should do this one league. And no, everybody thought he was crazy. And he showed up with a servant mentality and said, I think it's a great idea. I'm very humble to ask, how should we do this? Let's all make it our shared experience and idea. And so I think that's a leader. A leader is somebody who can humble themselves and draw people in where it's contagious and they want to come in and want to be part of a better organization and a group. And you can sit back. The coaching, the national championships, I hear from some of my players today that are just, I heard from one the other day, he's chasing human trafficking around the world. And he's busted some of the largest human trafficking rings in the world. And he was, of all things, he was a goalie, but he was a tough and he was a protector. And he had that mindset. And I think he was built that way. I think he was born that way to protect people. And so having him, one of the things I learned from him was as I started training and coaching, I was like, I just need to step back. These people and their mentors and their peers to all of the kids on the team and their teammates, and they had more positive outcomes than I could have ever done that as a coach speaking down to them at my age, even though I had the experience. I learned a lot by just saying, okay, here, let's let these people police themselves to a certain degree, but encourage each other and work for each other. If you go to a whiteboard, this is an interesting thing. And I learned this. If you put one plus one, Dr. Covey always said one plus one equals infinite response, right? He never said two. And one of the things he would always say is one plus one equals four, five, could be anything. So I would go to a whiteboard and I would say one plus one plus one. Well, if I'm doing a sport that's five on a court or 11 on a field, whatever that number is, one plus one, and we all just put our ones. One plus one equals what? And at the bottom, we put success. And then we said, okay, what is the definition of success? Everybody had their opinion. People said they want to be good people. People said they want to influence others. People said they want to win a championship. People said they want to go to college. People said I want to play professionally. Great. One plus one could be anything. Well, you're that one. But did you notice what's common out there other than ones is the pluses? There's no negatives. So you want to be positive and you want to add to and support the person next to you on both sides, and you'll have a successful outcome. That team ended up winning three national championships. Half the team played professionally. And our very last experience, my last experience was in Real Madrid, Spain, at their youth academy with 16, 17, and 18-year-olds. I brought American players over there to share that experience on an international basis. But that team was successful and they won championships because that one plus one. And as soon as they realized that they weren't playing for themselves, they were playing for somebody next to them, they were trying harder because they didn't want that person to fail. And the captains dictated practice. They did duration of practice, frequency of activities. If they noticed something wasn't quite right, we stayed on it. And when they started winning championships, they wanted more championships. And then it just grew. The culture was amazing.